Hey, welcome back, everybody. Well, that was work today. I got thinking. Now, what brings you back to a game, whether it's this game or any other, really? It's like I've said in the past, I enjoy this game. Many things about this game I don't. Um, I, like I said earlier, I pushed up the American line. I mean, I have all but two American tanks left to unlock. The Tier 10 Arty and um, the Tier 10 Light. But this 113 right here was just one of my favorite tanks to look at. And now that I have it, it's basically just a chubby medium, really. It's not even, it's got a great sloped front, but it doesn't really seem to pen anything. So this video is not really about this tank. It's about it's about the wheeled vehicles. And this is not a knock on the guy that's driving. So if you look on the other side, there's a where is it? The EBR 105. Okay, the guy plays the tank to its strengths. The downfall is on this terrain, that wheeled vehicle shouldn't have any strengths. So I'm showing this because I want you to see basically. So there he is, 20 feet in the air. I mean, he just jumped off a dune, landed. Okay, took a shot. I don't even know if he hit. I make a mistake because I hate those things so much that I basically throw my game away just to kill him. But he did it again. He just jumped again over the dune. They're not dune buggies. They're armored vehicles, armored cars. So regardless of how fast they can go, they were not built with the suspension of a dune buggy. And granted, I understand this is not a realistic game, but it has tanks, that I don't know. I just feel that it should be even across the board. I mean, I can't take a tank of any type and jump off a cliff and have my crew live. And the inside of that thing is the same as the inside of mine, as I've said before. I feel bad for this Foch. He told me to stop. I stopped. He didn't. He decided. I decided to go. He decided to go. Um, but look at that. I mean, he jumped through the air, landed in the sand. Okay. The weight that that thing has should have buried that. I don't care how many wheels it's got. You know what I mean? And but what irritated me more was the fact that he not only made that landing, but he also hit me while he was in the air. And I don't agree that those should have auto lock on them, and they certainly shouldn't have zero resistance um, on the ground. So I make a bad play. I try to chase him, and I shouldn't. I should just, wait for him to make a mistake. But I'm a heavy, okay, and he's doing more damage to me than my gun does. And we're heavies. I'm a heavy. I'm gonna hit the T62. I do 413. That's not a lot more than what this wheeled vehicle is doing to me. And I don't care what he's throwing, heat, whatever. But finally, I just get to a point where, I'm like, I'm just gonna give up because he's gonna kill me. There's nothing I can do about it. He got whaled, and it just hit his wheel. So I sit here for a while. I ponder, what I want to do. Do I want to stay in the game? Do I want to jump out to the next one? I don't know. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay because we're doing pretty well. I think we're gonna, my team looks pretty well spread out. Good potential to win. So I decided to jump around a little bit. and 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 that's what kind of brought me that question is this is the first game I played with this tank because I just got it and I was excited about it. And what in what games games what brings you back? Like I play the Division 2. It's in a lousy state right now. It's a very big disappointment to me. The Christmas events are always exciting, so I come back for those every year. The maps are beautiful. Some of the things they've done with the game are great. I don't really care about Arty. I've never complained about Arty because I think Arty adds strategy to it as far as being able to, keep your head low and stay out of trouble. You have to play smart to avoid them. But now they have these things, okay? And these things, they're just not they're not good for the game. It's disappointing. Here he is. We killed one of them, but now he's back. Okay, so I jump around because I want to stay involved in the game and I want to watch it to the end. And I want to be in a situation where I can see him. See, he jumped again like a dune buggy. And like I said, no knock on the player at all. He's playing the tank, but I mean, really? Yes, he did damage to himself. Okay, but his crew's still alive. And then he just drove right up. And if this tank that I'm watching right now was to try to do that, he wouldn't be able to. And like I said, they don't have the suspension of a rock crawler back then. I've looked at these. I mean, there's a museum 2 hours away from me, and they have not this one, but they have similar ones. And there's no way that they would be able to do the things that they do in this game. And I understand it's not a realistic game, but it's depicting of realism. You know what I mean? So he makes a mistake. He gets a little ahead of himself here. He tries to circle, and luckily the IS-4 hits him. But it's the things like that in these games that really make me wonder. I mean, I understand. I mean, this game used to have 3 North American servers, and it was full all the time. And now the game has dropped down to 1 North American server and maybe 20,000 people play in the peak hours. I mean that's quite a drop. And you gotta wonder. It's like why don't you why do you keep doing things that to me take away from the game and the people that are gonna want to play it? We have a system in the game where you can actually make a complaint. You can complain about 10 people, but you can't compliment anybody. The complaints do nothing. So why not have a compliment thing? Whereas if a player gets so many compliments in a time frame, they get something. They get premium time. They get a free game. Let's promote that kind of stuff. I mean, the division started a program called the Sheriff or the Shepherd. Whereas if you join another person's game and you help them, they can reward you with Shepherd status and give you points. And I think it's time World of Tanks does something like that. Put a thing in there. Was this guy a good player, good teammate? Different things that you can do so that people can promote other people. So that's kind of my question. It's like why do we have things where you can complain? Oh, I'm showing this game because this was a game I played right after the last one. Okay, so I offered 3 large loot boxes to anybody that killed the wheeled vehicle because it's the same guy from the last game. So Fiery Gaming, he did well in the last game. He's in this game. So I said, three large loot boxes to anybody that kills him in the first 5 minutes. So, because I was so aggravated with it, you know, and it being Christmas, and I figured, you know, if somebody gets that, they get, you know. So I kind of put a bounty on him, let's say. And I figured the worst case scenario is I could buy somebody a 703-2 or, you know, something like that. So I go to the peninsula to help the heavies, and our Sheridan basically runs up to the middle. And what's funny is the guy that killed him didn't go hunting for him. He just came to him. So I'm not gonna do well here, because I have a game that was very old for the game. A tank, it was old from the game, and I'm going up against an object. You know. So we're at we've been 3 minutes into the game. I was so surprised I bounced that. But that's all. I think it's time for Wargaming to promote kind acts. You know? Put a thing in there. It doesn't even have to be 10 things. You could just, you know. So the wheeled vehicle's dead in 3 minutes into the game. So I explained to my team why I wanted him dead. So I think it was the Sheridan. Yeah. So the Sheridan killed him. So I was excited. So I continued to play. And that's the thing. It's like I enjoy this game. Not every aspect of it, but I would like to see it come to a point where it promotes good play, sportsmanship, teamwork. You know, was the guy a team player? You know, select yes. Give some compliments. Take away the complaint thing, because it doesn't really do anything. You know, it's like this game, they know everything you do. I mean, we all get an email every year saying you killed, you know, you knocked down this many trees. You did. So it's not like they don't know what you do when you're in the game. So they could easily do things like that. You know, promote goodness and team play and all that stuff. You know, and that's kind of my thing. It's like, if there's so much negativity in the game, what brings you back? As I said before, I come back because I do enjoy this game. It's given me a love of tanks to where, you know, my family and I go to museums and look at these enormous machines, you know, that used to put fear into people. You know, thinking about that, you know, standing in the woods with this thing's coming through the woods, you know, and having two grandfathers that were in World War II, and one of them that was, you know, gonna go on the beach in Normandy, but instead went with the original plan and went on the other island instead of Normandy, and came in from the, you know, from the east side, you know, and to go in and to a museum and see these things, it's just amazing, you know, and this game has introduced me to that. So I enjoy that. You know, I have a lot of friends that they're not even personal friends. They're you know, like I said, I got 62 members of my clan. They're all people that I've met from the game. You know, so the game has done very positive things. You know, I mean, I have people in my clan that, you know, they live within a half an hour of me that I didn't know in real life until we platooned one day and learned that we knew each other. You know, so we chatted, found out we worked like 2 buildings over from each other, and you know, we formed friendships from that. So I mean, there's a lot this game can offer people. But I want the game to start offering people, the community, some positivity, you know, and try to squelch some of the negative. You know, yeah, we can't do team damage anymore, you know, but there's no punishment for trying. You know, there's no punishment for just being a nuisance in a game. You know, I mean, Klaus has got a 57 episode series on it. You know, has it slowed down at all? No. No, it hasn't. You know, is it going to? Probably not. Yeah. So, you know, it's like I learned that a coworker plays this game. So we talk about it at work from time to time. So, but that was just basically my question. My thought today is, you know, what about this game brings you back? Like I said, I got almost 17,000 games. I got friends that have 40,000. I got friends that have almost 70,000. They all have the same complaints I do, you know, and most of them have the same positives. But what brings you back? You know, what has you log in every day or every week to play this game? You know, and that was basically just it. I wanted to showcase the EBR crapshoot, so to speak. I hope they nerf them soon, because I'm afraid that what they will do to the game if they continue to run rampant. I don't knock anybody that drives them because they're in the game. You know, use them. I haven't. I don't plan on it. So, but either way, that was it. I was hoping people would share their thoughts. Anyways, I want to thank you for your audience and happy tanking. And I'll see you in the next one.